Nation, Mr. X here. Today I want to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart, and it's everybody, all of you, all of ZERT Nation passing this thing, the NSS wall. Watched a lot of videos in the past when I worked at HQ out in Vegas. Watch a lot of videos now. Most of you guys, when you shoot this and you don't make it, a lot of y'all pass, so congrats. You don't make it, where are your shot groups? Most of those shot groups end up right about here. Some of them are a little sporadic, but I noticed most of the shot groups are here, which is telling me one thing. You guys are pulling your trigger, jerking it, bucking, flinching, whatever you guys want to call it. When you're ready to fire, you're pulling those sights off target, that barrel off target, and those rounds are hitting low. So what fundamental does that have to do with? Does it have to do with not having a good enough sight picture? Well, at the time you think you do, maybe a little bit too good. Good stance, good follow through. Follow through doesn't really matter. Stance, honestly, you could probably, if you work on it, have a mirror facing backwards, and as long as all the fundamentals are applied good enough, you're still going to hit the center of that target. I see people do trick, shots all the time. So what's the most important fundamental? Well, according to me, that's not sight picture, sight alignment. Those sights could be a little off. I got a little bit of a example here: front sight, rear sight post. Yeah, I think I said that right. If they're a little off, left, right, up and down, you're still going to hit that 3x5 card. Give it a shot sometime. Line that up on the left edge or the right edge, close to the bottom, close to the top. Deviate a little bit, see where their shots hit. You're going to see, and as far as I'm concerned, the most important fundamental is your trigger pull. Now, a lot of you guys, when you try to shoot accurate, your trigger pull, you guys try to get a perfect sight picture. Perfect sight picture, perfect sight alignment, line everything up. And once it's perfect and it's right there in the center of that target, what happens? This was cleared, by the way. What happens is once everything's perfect, I want to shoot perfect. Now, you pull those rounds off the target. So what if I told you that sight picture doesn't have to be perfect? It only has to be good enough. It could be a little bit, as long as, your gun is I want to say 0, but you know where their shots are ending up. As long as those sights are pretty much in the vicinity of the inside of this 3x5 card, if your trigger pull is good to go, those rounds are going to end up there. And how do we make sure that happens? We want 3 things to make sure that that's a proper trigger pull. I'm going to cover these 3 things within the next 3 weeks. The first thing is going to be the amount of effort that you apply to this trigger. Now, what do I mean by effort? A lot of people talk about taking up the slack of the trigger until it hits that wall. Well, even at that point, you don't know where that trigger is going to break. So what I try to do is I try to apply 1 pound of trigger to this trigger at a time. And even if my sights move off target, I'll wait until I'm in the vicinity, good enough sight picture and good enough sight alignment to apply another pound of pressure. So right here, it's about a 4 pound trigger, and it doesn't matter if it's exactly 4 pounds, it's 4 pounds to me. So I'm going to apply 1 pound of pressure. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'll step off to the side. 1 pound of pressure, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds. Okay, I'm a little bit light on that one, so I'll try it again. I don't even need to be on target right now. So I'm going to show you guys doing a desktop with this gun pointed straight up to the ceiling. Watch this. I'm not moving the trigger back. I'm not moving it a distance. I'm applying weight to the target or to the trigger. 1 pound, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I go on target, when I dry fire or live fire, if I'm doing this drill, I point my gun at T1, and I'm not pulling up all the trigger weight at once. I'm applying 1 pound, 2, 3, 4. Gun doesn't move at all. The more you do this and don't anticipate that recoil, or don't apply 10 pounds of that trigger, because you want that gun to go off now. So you go, I want the gun to go off once the sights are perfect right now. When I do that, I applied too much effort to the trigger, and what happened? You guys saw it in the video. Hopefully you guys line it up. My sights are perfect right now. The gun moves, and that's going to pull those rounds off target, end of the black, and you're not going to pass the NSS. So that's the first tip, the amount of effort. 1 pound of trigger at a time. It doesn't matter if you have a 2 pound trigger, a 4, a 6, an 8, a 10. The more you do this, the more I can apply half the trigger pull. So that's 2 pounds, 3, 4, and the shot breaks. 1, 2, 3, 4, shot breaks. So try that, the amount of effort. The next 2 weeks, I would discuss with you the 2 other things that I use for a proper trigger pull, and hopefully it helps you guys pass the NSS.